From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for the Monday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Amanda Yarusi.
And I'm Amanda Eiler. Our top story tonight, Hurricane Isabel is hundreds of miles out to sea, but by midweek it could be barreling down on the North Carolina coast. Forecasters predict that the Category 4 storm could make landfall on the coast of North Carolina as early as Wednesday night. Though the storm is expected to weaken to a Category 3 storm, heavy rainfall and damaging winds up to 111 miles per hour are likely. As of Monday afternoon, the storm was located about 500 miles east of Miami. Experts advise those in the storm's path to stock up on non-perishable food items, bottled water, flashlights, a battery-powered radio or TV, and extra batteries. Weathercaster Kelly Mahoney will have a full update on the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week.
If you feel a little sleep deprived because of loud music keeping you awake Sunday night, don't blame your neighbors, blame the boss. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band played to a packed Kenan Stadium Sunday night, the first time the concert has been held there since 1983.
This heart of mine, I keep my eyes wide open.
Springsteen kicked off the show with I Walk the Line, in tribute to the late Johnny Cash. Fans without tickets could still enjoy the show from outside the stadium. A few strained to catch a glimpse of the band through the gate, while others were content to just enjoy the music. The tour wraps up on October 4th at Shea Stadium in New York.
Statewide budget cuts continue to cause headaches in the administrative departments across the UNC Chapel Hill campus. After the closing of several AT and computer labs, students are also reaching for the aspirin. With the school year well underway, students need to use campus computing labs on a regular basis. But this is becoming harder and harder to do. The closing of computer labs in 5 residence halls and in Greenlaw has created long lines in the more popular labs in the undergrad library and the student union. AT&T Services has made cuts in other areas too, such as eliminating dial-in modems and extending the replacement cycle for campus computers. Senior Christine Mosley says she's frustrated by it all.
When I used to live in the Tri-Sig house, I was across from Spencer Lab, and I used to be able to go over there all the time to avoid the lines in the undergrad, but now it's closed, so I have to go to the undergrad, and there's always really long lines.
If you're having trouble finding a lab that doesn't have a long wait, try Venable with 51 computers, or the 24-hour lab in Hinton James, which has 32 computers.
The UNC Department of Public Safety is receiving international recognition. The International Association of Chiefs of Police selected DPS as the 2003 winner of the Community Policing Award. DPS received the honor because of a successful project aimed at reducing on-campus theft. More than 100 agencies from around the world applied. DPS Director Derek Porch will travel to Philadelphia next month to accept the award. Officers at the Carborough Police Department are also working hard to prevent crime. They're banking on a new program to help local business owners. Kimberly Corrigan has the story.
Last week, Carborough Police responded to a robbery call from Don Jose's Tienda Mexicana, a local Mexican grocery store. 2 gunmen robbed the owner, who was on his way to the bank to make a nighttime deposit. Police are still searching for the robbers. Corporal Doug Stroud says that Carborough Police try to help business owners avoid such robberies. The police department actually offers a service designed specifically for those making bank deposits.
Where at closing time or somewhere close to it, the business owner will just call us for an escort, and we'll go meet them at their business and follow them to the bank and make sure that the money gets deposited safely and hopefully prevent a robbery or anything else.
And the officers even escort business owners right to the bank.
Officer Stroud says that although many business owners take advantage of the service, many others don't know it exists. The program also benefits the officers.
Oh, absolutely. I would much rather spend a couple of minutes every day to prevent something than to spend countless hours on a robbery.
Officer Stroud says that the owner of Don Jose's is now taking full advantage of the police service. In Carborough, I'm Kimberly Corrigan, Carolina Week.
For more information on the police escort, you can contact the Carborough Police at 918-7397.
When journalists from across the country gather, it's usually to cover a story. But this past weekend in Chapel Hill, reporters and news managers came together to discuss the media's coverage of the war in Iraq. Panelists discussed the pros and cons of journalists being embedded with the troops. U.S. Marine Lieutenant Colonel Dave Lapon is one of the architects of the Embed program. He says the program was a success and helped journalists, the military, and citizens.
The fact that the Pentagon considered the Media Embed program a success does not necessarily mean that it was a failure for the public, for the media, or particularly for the First Amendment.
Approximately 600 reporters were with the military units in Iraq.
So does ice cream taste better on Saturdays at midnight?
Some people think so. Dirty South Improv Productions, or DSI, has taken over a local ice cream shop for a weekly late-night comedy show inside Improv. Every Saturday, different groups come to the Inside Scoop in Chapel Hill to improvise based on suggestions from the ice cream-loving audience members. This Saturday, a group of 3 Carolina students called Dong Along took the stage. The group members say the show was successful because they worked hard preparing and everyone was on.
It was a pretty good show. I feel like we can get better though. I feel like if we do a few shows, we can get a lot better as far as our improv. We have fun, and you can too, watching us.
Tickets for the Inside Improv comedy show are only $3. The ice cream will cost you extra.
This coming Saturday, the Chapel Hill Players, also known as Chips, will be performing. Chris, the football team had this weekend off, but it was still a great weekend for Carolina sports.
Yeah, especially for sports that are not quite as well known as the football team is.
Did you know that the Carolina field hockey team actually is ranked 2nd in the nation right now? Field hockey, we don't know too much about it. Guys, I think we should. Let's go right to our sports trivia question, which is, where did organized field hockey originate? Is it A, India, B, Egypt, C, England, or D, Durham? We'll have the answer, as well as your complete Tar Heel sports report, when we come back.
Escucha Smokey antes de tratar.
Solo tú.
No juegues con fósforos, no juegues con fuego. No hay nada pero un pobre te va a asustar. A un pobre ratón sin casa en que vivir. Si un hermoso bosque es lo que deseas, no juegues con fósforos, no juegues con fuego.
Solo tú puedes prevenir los fuegos en áreas naturales.
¡Fuego!
Okay, guys, time for takeoff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Wow! Whoa, look at that! Is that Jupiter?
Hey kids, it's time to go to the planetarium.
Moorhead Planetarium, where dreams become reality.
Welcome back to Carolina Week Sports. Even with the football team idle, many Tar Heel athletes did not rest this weekend. In its first home game, the North Carolina field hockey team used a simple strategy to keep its winning streak alive. Carolina Week's Brad Lewis has the report.
The penalty corner is a basic of field hockey. Here's the setup. A player pushes out the ball. Another player stops the ball with her stick. That player then passes the ball to an attacker who tries to score. When the setup works, it looks like artwork. If the penalty corner is a canvas, then junior Katie Potter is the Tar Heels' artist. She dished out 2 assists from the push-out position, including this one when Rachel Dawson scored.
Basically just have a good push out to the top and then have a straight flat shot right on goal, and then the tippers can get in and get a stick on it. That's pretty much the goal.
In all, UNC peppered James Madison goaltender Lauren Hartzler with 17 penalty corner shots. The Tar Heels would score on 4 of them.
My job on the penalty corner is to run in and just look for any kind of tip in, so that's my job. And then like Laura is a stick stopper, and then Rachel and Carrie Fetting-Smith shoot. So all I do is stand there like this and hope it doesn't hit me in the head.
Kieran did her job well, tipping one in and scoring on a one-on-one penalty stroke. In the end, it was the Tar Heels dominating the Dukes 9-1.
The Tar Heels are now 6-0 on the season. And if they continue to perfect the penalty corner, they could be adding another year to their championship tradition. From Henry Stadium, I'm Brad Lewis, Carolina Week.
The number 2 ranked Tar Heels still have a long way to go. Carolina still has to play 4 other top 10 ranked teams just in the ACC. The team's next home game is Saturday against 6th ranked Old Dominion. They say there is no place like home, but this weekend in the Nike Carolina Classic, the men's soccer team had to earn their home field advantage. In their first home game of the season, Friday night at Fetzer Field, the Heels struggled to stay on their feet as the Michigan Wolverines tried to knock Carolina off their heels. 5'8" junior forward Marcus Story faced a tough matchup the entire night as he was marked by 6'5" Kevin Taylor of Michigan. It was a frustrating night for the Heels as they outshot the Wolverines 22-4, but could still not find the back of the net. Sophomore goalie Peter Zube set a Michigan record with 9 saves, but he didn't save this one. With only 4 minutes left, number 10, Tim Merritt, flicks the ball in with his melon, and like a felon, the Heels steal this one from the Wolverines 1-0. Merritt was overjoyed at the result.
Oh man, I can't even describe it. I don't get that many chances to go forward. So when I do, I try to make a good opportunity of it. And when it went in, I just tried to get as hype as I could. It felt great. Unbelievable feeling.
The Tar Heels tried to hold on to that unbelievable feeling again on Sunday afternoon as they squared off against the 24th ranked Virginia Commonwealth. Goals by the Heels' Marcus Story and VCU's Christian Niagu left the score knotted at 1 at halftime. Michigan might have played Carolina tough Friday night, but on Sunday, the VCU Rams looked like they'd seen too many backyard wrestling videos. But the unfazed Tar Heels would show the Rams that there's a bit more to soccer than just getting physical. Cue that inspirational music. Can you say nutmeg? Thank you, Marcus Story. And ultimately, it's VCU's physical play that sets up this Carolina free kick in the 96th minute. Junior transfer Andrew Ray from 20 yards, and it's good. This game winner was Ray's first career goal for the Tar Heels, and he knew he could do it all along.
I just told the coach that I wanted to take free kicks. I said I've taken them before. I've scored a lot of goals off free kicks. I knew I could do it, so I wanted the opportunity.
Carolina had 4 players named to the all-tournament team: freshman Michael Harrington, sophomore goalkeeper Ford Williams, junior Marcus Story, and senior team captain Grant Porter. The Heels are now 5-0-1 on the year. So, we're back to our field hockey question. A stunning trivia question. Guys, what's the answer?
Oh.
No idea, Amanda.
It's tough. I think I'm going to guess D, Durham, just because it's near here.
Durham.
Hey, it was worth a shot.
Guys, the answer is C, England. It was actually in the middle of the 19th century when field hockey originated in England. That was 150 years ago. And now, it's the Carolina women who are showing us how it's done.
That they are.
Well, I gave it a try.
Better luck next week, Amanda.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us on Wednesday. Good night, everyone.
Good night.